the grand top.
Oh, this is being slow.
Slow.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so now I should fetch the last one. Because
Yeah. You may have it already.
you think, but not the change from Marianne? Or?
I don't know. I'll check in a minute when I've got my machine running. It's better. Right. I wonder why that happens. Right.
Mm-hmm. And you're up to date.
Let's see how it's going. All right. Yeah. Already up to date. So that, yeah, looks like that you're up to date there. I've been thinking about what you were saying about roles.
Yes, but that's not obvious because if we use just can, we have only one. A user cannot have multiple roles.
Ah, okay.
Yes, so that's a problem for admin and
Yeah.
owner. And there were some gems which tried to integrate. Oh my God! Oh, sorry. I should answer. Allô? Allô? Qui est à l'appareil? Fantastic. Someone calls me, but I don't. She said to me, you, not you by us, French too. But
Yes.
I don't know who it is. And she's angry after me because I don't answer.
Definitely you are.
No, but sometimes people are crazy. Sorry.
You said qui est à l'appareil and then hung up.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So yes, there were gems which tried to implement multiple roles, but they are stopped. So I'm not sure what.
Right.
Perhaps we can implement it. I don't know if it is. At the moment, we have only two roles which are special: admin and organer.
Yeah. So we could do.
Do you think that it could increase or not? We don't know.
I don't think we. Yeah, I think we can. No, I don't think it will at the moment. I think we should design for it not increasing because it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
maybe we can have two columns in the tables.
Mhm.
Don't know what is the best.
Yeah, I wondered if we could just do something like we could. Well, if orgona is. A
Because
role because we've got this which is really is straightforward right now. We just authorize for show index.
anything, anyone,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for anyone, and then we just say here we could just say unless
Organer or admin.
yeah
Yes.
yeah we could do unless organ or admin. Yeah, we could do it now, or we could ask the user object if it's authorized.
They use a current user as with device. We
Yeah.
have device already in the
Yeah, so we
application.
have device, we have current user, and
Yes.
we could ask it.
The way they do it with Cancan is to use current user and to have an ability class
Yeah.
which defines the roles, the
Mm-hmm.
possible roles, and then in the when you define the administrator can change by default the owner. The roles can be guest, for example, and then there are views so that the admin can change the role.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we have already seen, you can change you can filter more in the controller to say, for example, just exactly as a before filter with option also. You can say just edit, show what you want.
Yeah.
Maybe we can implement content and then we can see how we can restrict it more or enlarge it a little more. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So maybe we should use can you think? Yeah.
But the problem is Cancan is used in the whole application. That means that it can also we can also have to change the way the other not only the organization is done.
I think so, but I think we can do it gradually, maybe. Yeah. So
I
one
don't know if we
commit at a
can.
time.
Maybe yes. I don't know.
We could do we could use can, and then you would send it that maybe.
Normally this is not defined here. If we use Cancan, this is defined inside the ability class.
Yeah.
For example, if a user has a role of admin, we define that he can change all, or he can change just I don't know, the article or what you want. You can restrict by model. You can restrict by action. or
And we
not
could,
at all?
so we could, let's see, we would need to do here, we'd need to do something like, we'd need to set volunteer op. And we'd
Yeah.
also need to, or if it's creating a new one, we don't know it. We don't have a volunteer opportunity yet. So,
But in this case, this is only the organizer or also the admin for creation, I mean.
it's just the admin right now. But we know that the Orgona is coming as well. But
Okay.
what I'm not sure about is now that I start on it, you need to.
I mean, if the
It's the organization, isn't it?
if the organization is nil, the creation is done by the admin.
Now, if the organization is nil, you can't create a volunteer opportunity anyway. That
Yes,
would be
sure.
So we would set that. We come and set that. So what I'm kind of writing is the code that I wish we had. So we wish we had a method like that. And then if I went to user, maybe we would have some sort of method like, instead of that stuff, we would have something like def can change, and it'd be an org, and it would be something like, now current user is a user, so you would have themselves.
That would be only for the admin of the organization.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's right. And the ability class would know so you delegate that to the ability class. You could do that. Can change org. And that's all you would have for that method. And then you
You
would
want to
have
change
something like,
temporarily the role?
and then here you would let's see, ability would be an ability class. And then which we'd need to set somewhere. So you could say, where's the initialize? You'd need to know. Oh, maybe not. Maybe instead of a return, well, no, you can't do that because I want to send this message to it. And then you would have maybe so I'm kind of sketching it out in my at the keyboard. And what would it have? It would have edit. We could start off with resource, but could be extended. So you could say if
it's kind of
yeah,
you check if it's an organization.
yeah, and then it's going to have, let's see, we're going to have a class instance variables, and it's going to carry a reference to its user. It'd be the current user, and so it would say return true if user
That's org user answers.
It could be, but I'm thinking that the ability is a class, is a instance variable of the user. So the user has abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you could
But how would you define this if you? Okay, the user, it belongs. Okay, yes, it's possible. But, and you could also. I'm not sure I understand.
I have another idea, but let's think about this one first.
So you define ability,
Sorry.
an ability, no problem. In user, here you checked if the user is admin. And what if the user is the organer? It will return false.
Yeah. Yeah, we could say, well, where would we pass the organization or the organization? Yeah.
That's a problem. Or you also return true if
say yeah.
resource is kind of organization.
Yeah.
Or volunteer, I don't know.
Yeah, and we could just say, yeah, we could say resource owner. We'd need a equals user. mean, that could work, and I'm wondering if the other way it could work is, oh, sorry. Is if we have a role object.
Mm.
And
At the moment, we have 3 roles.
we could have 3 roles, yes. And I wondered if you would have them as subclasses of role, and your role would have, so you would have maybe class site admin, and then you would have maybe, well, if I put them all in one file for now, you would, and you would have class org owner. Well, yeah, that's sort of confusing me now. And class guest. Yeah, and depending which one of those was the case, you would implement can change differently.
Yes, that would be more clear, no, this way?
It could be more clear, but I'm not sure. But then you would have to assign another. Something would have the responsibility of changing. Well, I was going to say there's 2 ways of doing this. We could have the org owner change depending on which org he's looking at, or he could just be an org owner, and then you check if he's the owner of that particular resource.
Mm.
Yeah.
We can do it also here directly, because this one, I don't think this one, the last one, line 11, is right, because you have to check if the yes. Yes, this one should work.
Mm-hmm. So I think both of these will work. I have a feeling that this will be so instead of an ability here, you would have a role as an instance variable, and we'd do away with abilities altogether.
Okay, and you put only admin in this case.
In this case, we put only admin, and then we could go on and extend it for organizations and for organization owners. But yes.
Yes. I mean, in class organa, you can define the admin only if it is the user of the organization. And if not, it's a guest. No?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Say that again, and I might understand it better.
I mean, if it's a site admin, you can do also. That's just an admin in the class site admin object. In Orgoner, we have just to check what we do in ability at the moment, to check if the user of the Orgoner is the current user. If it is, we can say, okay, it has a role admin. If not, it has a role guest, and in the guest, it has a role guest. I don't know. That's also a possibility. No?
Okay. Yes, you can do that. You can if.
And it's
Where would you?
clear. We see that site admin can do all. Organer can do only the things in the organization which it is under, and guest can do just read. No?
Yes.
To be perhaps more.
You do def can change, and then you'd say org, and then you just say false.
Yes.
That would be the end of the class.
Yes, and true in site admin, the same. And
Oh yeah.
or we can use role also as you want. Role admin, and then we have the role in the user. And here we have to check, just check that it is the organ.
So let's see. I suppose you could have a class. You could have a class variable that behaves like a. You could have it variable. Let's see. You could have a class variable that behaves like a list, and you could then say, oh, sorry, that class variable would be the organizations that I own. Orgs.
Yes.
Is a list of organizations that I own.
Is it logic here?
No, it's not. You're right.
But we can have that's good also. We can have that in user. But I'm not sure.
So would you carry a pointer back to the user that you own? So you could have user is is my user. So then you could say user. How would you initialize that? I'm not sure. You could say user includes
it could be
user.
No? Now you want to initialize.
Includes and that would be it. I forget if this is a question mark, and that would be what you do. But so you would carry.
But as you have the org is the organization or something else?
It's just the organization at the moment.
Also, you have the user. It's organization user. If you have the organization, you have the user. You have just
Yes, it's a list of users, but yes, here I don't. Oh yeah, I have the organization.
Yes, so you have just to check as you do in line 11 in ability, just to check that it is the org user, the current user. If the current user is the org user, then he can change. Otherwise, he cannot.
We don't have current user here, so we need to
We have
pass it
current
to.
user in all the application.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we don't have it here because we're not inheriting from. We don't include the device module, but maybe if we.
It is included in application, no? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think if I just create an object out of nothing here with the class, I don't think I have current user, and I don't think this fixes it. But let's see if I don't know. Really, I think we only have current user in the views and the controllers. I don't think there's such a thing as a current user in the models. At least it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not quite sure what it would mean. So self role. So either way, we've got. I sort of prefer this way. It seems simpler, but here I'm not entirely sure because I don't know why I'm. Maybe if I rewrote tests for it, it would make more sense. I've forgotten what we've changed now. Let's see. Just this.
If we have it in application controller, we have it in session.
I'm just wondering where we'd set an organization's role, because we've got a getter, but where would you set it? Would you set it in the initialization of the user or somewhere else?
When the users sign up.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, with Cancan, they do it this way. when the user sign up,
Mm-hmm.
it is by default defined as a guest user.
Mm-hmm.
But only the first one. The first one is defined as admin user,
Yeah.
and then the other one are defined as guest user,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have some views that the admin can change the role of the user.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it is done. And I think
Right.
we should have something equivalent.
Mm-hmm. So and there the admin can change the role of the user, but here the role is automatic. As long as you're assigned as an organization owner, the role becomes. It's
Yes.
again the user can the admin can change it, which means that when the admin changes it, that is maybe when we change the role. So you would just do something like def um, um, if user admin then at role equals site admin.new else
Mm-hmm.
else at role equals guest. Is that
Um,
is the kind of thing I'm thinking of, and
yes.
then you would do something like um, uh, in the model of, let's see, let's go back to that in the controller. Maybe not in the controller, but in the organizations controller, when you
Create.
when you do this, when you add an admin to an organization, then at that point, when you do this update attributes with admin, at that point, then you could change the roles. We could do, okay, let's see.
And also when we create, no?
Yeah, yeah, if
We
we
can
create it.
put, when we create an organization,
Mm-hmm.
we can put the role as admin, no?
Mm-hmm.
Or gonna.
Yeah, so here you would just put blah, 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 email user equals user find by if user self users goes up return self dot update param. So the main thing is the update attributes, which it does in active record. So also in this transaction, you would want to do, at the same time as doing that, you would do user user. Now, that way we'd need to store the role in the database, and I'm not sure that we need to do that yet. User role becomes.
You don't you don't have another table for the role.
We don't have a table for the role yet, but we could do. I mean, we could use a role equals orgowner. And we'd have a setter for that. So we could do that, but I'm thinking that because we already have a column for admin, we might not need any of that. That would work. I'm wondering if we can just make it a bit simpler. So instead of doing it when we create it, we could just, instead of having a variable, we could just have a calculation. And we could say we could, but we'd have to search through the whole database each time. Unless
we can put it in the session, no?
Yeah. Well, when we just need to pass it from the session to the model, so the model can calculate this out. Because here we know it. I'm starting to go back to my earlier idea. Maybe instead of having just different objects here, we just have I don't know, I'm sort of addicted to the objects now. Now I've invented them, but I haven't even saved the file, so they're not. They have no tests, so I shouldn't feel feel that I can't throw them away. But I like that we have no ifs and thens. We just have true or false here. Well,
we can do it in line of 47, no? Directly, instead of having 4 classes to say just true or false.
Yeah, instead of having 4 classes, we just need one thing, and we could just say what was it? Was I going to say an ability? I mean, we can just do this. We can just do exactly this.
Yes, one is good.
Yeah, we can just do it right here. And if it gets more complicated, in 10 years' time or 5 years' time, we can make little objects to do roles. Yes. But right now, you could just have
You can drop this line, huh?
Just
Yes.
yeah, just do that.
And you can drop roll also. Huh?
Oh yeah, and all that stuff.
Maybe not. Ah, yes.
I just invented that stuff. That's not important. That was the
Okay.
yeah.
It should work now. At least for volunteer.
It would work for volunteer, and if only volunteer sends the can change message.
And we don't
And this
need
is really
to.
easy to exchange as well. Extend because we can just add a little. We could do that comparison when we need to do it for organizations, and we can.
Then yeah, we can comment
For
uncomment the line 13.
yes, We're not gonna. I'm not gonna uncomment it now because I haven't got any tests for it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the only reason. No, I haven't run the test for a while. While we're in the scrum, shall we go and do the Euro scrum? Because I've not been in. I've
Yes.
only been in 2 scrums all week.
Okay.
So let's go do that. And while that's happening, I'll run the tests and see what else is to be done in case we had anything else in mind last time we left.
Okay.
I think we're going the right way.
At what time?
The scrum starts now. Do you want to come back after the scrum, or we can talk after the scrum and see
As usual.
for about
Should
an hour?
I go? Which scrum it is? Euro scrum?
Oh, Euro scrum, yes. I'll hit the button that starts it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we cannot have two Google.
We can't have 2. No, we'd have to start a new one. But I've already got put a new one on the calendar. Where's events? There, I put one starting at 10:15 that we could do in a minute. This is the one I'm going to go to, and it's live, so I'm going to start it. Maybe Sam is starting it from Japan. Let's go see him, shall we?